The phantom lights of Marfa, ***, in the vast, desolate plains of West Texas, just outside the small town of Marfa, lies one of the world's most puzzling phenomena, the Marfa Lights. For over a century, strange orbs of light have been reported dancing and floating in the night sky, appearing and disappearing without warning. Despite numerous scientific investigations, no one has been able to definitively explain what they are or where they come from. The story of the Marfa Lights begins in 1883, when a young cowboy named Robert Reed was driving cattle through the desert at dusk. As night fell, Reed noticed flickering lights on the horizon. At first, he thought they were campfires from another group of travelers. But as he got closer, the lights seemed to move, darting across the plains in erratic patterns, glowing in shades of white, red, and orange. Curious but unnerved, Reed tried to approach the lights, but every time he got near, they would vanish, only to reappear moments later in a different location. He reported the experience to locals in Marfa, who, over time, began to see the lights themselves. Some believed they were the spirits of ancient Native American tribes, while others thought they were signals from otherworldly visitors. Decades passed, and the Marfa Lights became a local legend. Tourists and scientists alike traveled from all over the world to witness the strange phenomenon. The lights would appear unpredictably. Some nights they were bright and active, while on others, they were absent altogether. Researchers set up observation posts and brought advanced equipment, hoping to find a rational explanation. Some hypothesized that the lights were caused by car headlights from a distant highway, while others believed they were the result of atmospheric conditions, such as the bending of light in the dry desert air. But none of these theories held up under scrutiny. The lights existed long before cars were invented, and they behaved in ways that couldn't be explained by simple atmospheric phenomena. To this day, the Marfa Lights remain an enigma. Sightings continue, and those who have seen them are left with more questions than answers. Are they a natural phenomenon, a trick of the eye, or something beyond human comprehension? Whatever they are, the lights of Marfa keep their secrets close, inviting only the boldest of explorers to seek them out. Title of the story: The Disappearing Village. In the remote mountains of Eastern Europe, nestled between towering peaks and dense forests, lies the small village of Borca, or rather it used to. In the early 1900s, Borca was a peaceful place, home to about 300 people who lived simple lives farming and tending to their livestock. Nothing about the village seemed extraordinary until one cold winter night when it vanished without a trace. The story begins in December of 1905. A traveler, Alexander, was passing through the region and decided to stay in Borca for the night. He spent the evening with the villagers, warming himself by the fire and listening to their stories about life in the mountains. They were a close-knit community, friendly and welcoming. But when Alexander woke the next morning, he found himself alone. The village, which had been bustling with life just hours before, was eerily silent. Doors were left wide open, food was still on the tables, and fires were burning out on the hearths. Yet, not a single soul remained. Every person in the village, men, women, and children, had simply disappeared overnight. Alexander searched desperately for signs of the villagers, but there were no tracks in the snow, no signs of struggle or an attack. It was as if the entire population had been swallowed by the earth. In a state of shock, Alexander fled the village and reported what he had seen to the nearest town. Authorities arrived to investigate, but they, too, were baffled. They found no clues to explain the mass disappearance. Over the years, rumors spread about Borca. Some believed that the villagers had been taken by supernatural forces, while others speculated about secret underground tunnels or portals to another dimension. Despite numerous searches and investigations, no explanation was ever found, and no trace of the villagers was ever seen again. To this day, The disappearance of Borka remains one of the greatest unsolved mysteries in history. Locals still speak of strange lights in the sky over the mountains, and some claim that on quiet winter nights, you can still hear the faint sounds of voices and footsteps echoing through the empty valley where the village once stood.